Good evening, YouTube. Sorry I'm later than usual. I had to spend time thinking about videos and I forgot that I was in the YouTube field for a sec. Luckily I remembered and I'm gonna post another video for you guys. I did say that I was going to do a tutorial on British accents, and now I'm gonna get that for you guys. So without further ado, let us begin with the learning process and learning about the accent, how to utilize the accent, and different ways you can amp up the accent to make it sound very realistic. So the first word we're gonna go to that is very commonly used is there are two words, no and hello. Now if you notice, they sound just normal when you say them like this, but in a British accent you get hello and no. Now when you're doing a British accent, a realistic British accent, instead of the you have to make the L really, you have to emphasize it. Hello, the L has to be noticeable, and so does the O sound. Hello, how are you doing today? Also, today, today, today. Notice the difference. What I'm doing is pronouncing different words differently. Now, if I speak in a full-blown British accent, now when I do, notice that I'm gonna sound like my British accent is quite thick, like if I'm actually from somewhere in the United Kingdom. Because when I talk like this, it does sound quite like I'm either from somewhere in Scotland or the UK. Of course, Scotland is in the UK, but whatever. Anyhow, this accent is quite easy once you have enough practice, because when you do stuff like that, it kind of provides stimulation for the mind, and when the mind is stimulated, you can quite learn a new skill. You can acquire a perfectly new skill, and when you do, if you make it sound realistic enough, you can actually really use it to your advantages, and it's really nice. Now notice what I'm doing. Notice what I'm doing here. What I'm doing is changing my pronunciation, especially with the letter R. The letter R is one of the letters that is very important to pronounce differently when you're speaking with a British accent. You don't want to do the sound. You have to make the R sound like that exact sound, instead of Instead of it's a lot better to go here, you would say it's a lot better to go here. Here is what you would say at this point, because you know that that's what you're supposed to say. So instead of here, it's a lot better to go here. Here is your food. Your instead of your food. Here is your food. And now another word that people often make a mistake on words is sometimes they say woods, and I know because I have a friend who does that. Now it's not woods. I'm going to start speaking in a full-blown British accent again. It's words. Again, the sound not woods. It's words. The words I say are 100% accurate. But tell me how this would sound, and you can laugh if you want. The words I say are 100% accurate. I'm speaking in an American accent again. I'm alternating between accents so I could show you how exactly to pronounce words. Now, British slang. You've got to really keep in mind British slang. There's really no point speaking in a British accent and using American terms. for instance, instead of the usual "what the hell," "what the bloody hell," or just say "bloody hell." Also, trash or garbage becomes rubbish. Rubbish meaning something that sucks, wasteful material, or something related to trash. So you've got to keep that in mind. To tell somebody to scoot over, you would say budge up, because in the UK that is what words you say to ask somebody to scoot over. And also you would refer to cookies as biscuits. So when you have a cookie, for instance, you would speak a sentence like this: "I can't believe you made such wonderful biscuits here." Now, keep in mind that when you say biscuits, you don't mean the ones made of bread. It's just that in the UK, a lot of people refer to cookies as no less than biscuits. Now that we've gotten the British slang out of the way, one last thing I want to teach you is the letter A. Now, the letter A, it would, instead of a, it would sound like ah, last, last night, last night, last night. Remember, you've got to really make the A sound like this, ah, and not a. Now, that doesn't always apply, because the word later, later, still sounds the same, A. But in words like water. Now, also the T. Never mind, this isn't the last. I want to teach you the sole importance of the pronunciation of the letter T. It is vitally important that you know when to pronounce the T and when to silence the T. In the word better, you would silence the T. This is called, again, the glottal stop. The glottal stop is just stopping the flow of air. Listen, I'm going to slow down. Better, better. You see, the T was pronounced there and it was really emphasized, but better, better. It would be a lot better if I could just relax for a change. You see, that was just an example. And but there are some other words where the T is vitally important. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hungry right now for some biscuits. But there still are some words that the T has to be either silenced or heavily emphasized. Because if you make that mistake, that British accent will not be realistic at all, and it will simply mean that you are either not good at coordinating your voice to sound British, or you're just way out of practice and need to learn more. And I really do appreciate your watching. If you're new, please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share, and do the things that normal people on YouTube do. May peace be with you all. I do hope that you find this tutorial helpful in case you're about to be an actor, in case you're in a play where British characters are needed, or you just want to impress the hell out of your friends or pick up a girl. So, thank you again for watching. I do appreciate it a lot, and goodbye.